Hello, I'm a teenager on YouTube. Please don't take any of this too seriously. This is satire. I'm not an actual news site thing. Thank you, bye. The more I look at Donald Trump, the more I'm reminded of Barbie. They've both had their hands in real estate, law, reality TV. They both even have their own homes that are kind of like the pinnacle of the land they live in. And I feel like the biggest difference, the only difference maybe, is that Barbie would have had her pool done right. This pool that Trump just said that he would have done, he said that he would turn it American blue, but instead turned it algae green, which is kind of curious whose flag is red, white, and green. It's not science, it's coercion, which is what I said when I went to my gyno appointment, but also what experts say after RFK Jr.'s order on the hantavirus. Angela Perriman, an American traveler, came into contact with the Andes version of the hantavirus, and she is now being placed in a facility in North Dakota where she's getting regular checks and has round-the-clock guards following her, which is particularly at the discretion of RFK Jr. and Florida's rules and regulations. History does not repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme. And the similarities between the 250th anniversary of the United States and
make him uncomfortable. If you can't do that, you are in trouble because you're constantly in danger.
The 200th
1976, Americans came together
is very, very eerie. Quote, substitute Richard Nixon for Donald Trump, Vietnam for Iran, and Watergate for using the Justice Department to reward friends and punish enemies, and you can see a pretty fair resemblance between 1976 and 2026, end quote. I imagine by 2076, our president will be Brian Johnson, the anti-ager, and he'll be like fucking 100 years old. And I think that instead of the United States being at war with other people on the earth, we'll go into the ground and start wars with the mole people, whether or not that is a conspiracy. And I think we'll kind of get past the Justice Department using online rewards for DoorDash or punishing enemies with Twitter hate rants. For Trump's 250th, they had a UFC match on the White House lawn.
On the South Lawn of the White House, UFC Freedom 250.
And they had a religious event at the National Mall. And I think that this is going to be a beginning of her tradition, since white Americans are really the only people that don't have no tradition after their loved ones die. I think it'll be called the Great American Passing, or the Trump Passing, which hopefully he will not trademark after this. I believe that it begins with having your loved one fight in a UFC match where they will be killed. That doubles as the wake. Then, at the funeral, you can find anybody that didn't have anything better to do. And then in the procession, we will take the Qatar jet, move it to the National Mall. There, the service will begin, where Trump hopefully will not be the one praying over the dead body.
I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound.
I will never make it to heaven. I will never, ever
try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
And after the deceased is buried, in golden Trump shoes, there will be thrown, instead of flowers, into the casket, bottled tan, a GLP-1, KFC drumsticks, and dementia medication. Thank you. Rita, come here. Come here. Come here, Rita. Rita Lee Productions.